Jessie Bates, the safety of the Bengals, could be in a situation very similar to A.J. Brown. Is Howie Vision ready to pounce? Dallas still stinks. You're Mike the Weird King Dingbat here, and I hope everybody's having a great day. Hope you guys are doing well. So, it has been one hell of an all-season. It really has. The Eagles have gone above and beyond a lot of people's expectations, and they have done things to better the team this year. They have done things that have made sense, and I just have been totally blown away by Howie Roseman, by this Eagles front office, and all the moves that they have made. And I gotta tell you, sitting here today, I still think they got something else coming. I still think there's another shoe to drop, another big move to be made, and we're going to get into it in a second. But before we do that, if you're new to the channel, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe for Eagles content, daily NFL content. You don't want to miss it. Believe me, especially once later on in the week we get back to the live streaming, it's going to be fun. So you definitely want to be a part of it. Hit that subscribe button. And if you've been subscribed for a while, just double check. Double moonwalk check. Make sure you're still subscribed. YouTube's been acting a gagoots when it comes to subscribers getting unsubscribed. And then they say, hey, Philly, why am I getting unsubscribed? I'm like, I don't know. I didn't do it. I have no idea. It's YouTube. But just double moonwalk check and make sure you're still subscribed because I don't know what's going on. And like I said, it's going to get wild up in here. We are going to have one of the biggest build-ups to the football season we've had probably since I've been on this channel. I don't remember a better offseason than we had this past year, or this past offseason since 2004. Since 2004. And that's even more so than the 2017 season. Because if you look at the 2017 season, the Eagles, they were expected maybe to compete for the division. Nobody thought that they were going to go to the Super Bowl. I sure didn't. So in 2004, when they landed Owens, they landed Javon Curse, you felt like something special was brewing. I feel like something special is brewing with this team, so I cannot wait. Now, before we get into the whole thing with the one big move that the Eagles have left, I got to talk to you guys about something minor that happened today, but something that happened nonetheless. The Eagles had rookie minicamp last week, and they invited a bunch of players to come and try out for the team. Well, today the Eagles signed their one and only so far rookie invite to rookie training camp, and that is wide receiver Carrick Wheatfall. Carrick Wheatfall. Does that sound like an NFL player? Carrick Wheatfall. Carrick Wheatfall. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. Nelson Aguilar. Or is it Carrick Wheatfall? T.O. Randy Moss. Which one does it sound like? Who the hell knows? You make up your own mind. But the Eagles have signed wide receiver Carrick Wheatfall. Wheatfall is 6'2", 185 pounds. He caught 38 passes for 616 yards, 4 touchdowns in 2021 for Fresno State. Now, he ran a 4.5 at his pro day. As you can see, some of his pro day results here. They have him listed as 6'1", 6'2", 194 pounds. 4.56 in his 40. To me, he's a guy that they're bringing in to try out for the team. Maybe he's a guy that makes the practice squad someday, something like that. We'll see. So I don't know. I think it is what it is. To me, what's interesting about this is that he's really the only guy off of the invites that they have signed. We talked about Jerry Howard Jr. He was invited. They haven't signed him yet. So we're going to find out what happens. I would like to see the Eagles sign some more running backs. I still think you need to make moves at the running back position. So I would like to see them do that. Now, when it comes to the Eagles and it comes to this offseason, as I said, they have been absolutely fantastic in what they've done. And they've done it not in a rush like Philly 500 was in. Like every day I'm starting. Look, I panicked. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was panicking because I'm like, man, we ain't done anything 2 weeks into the offseason. We have 3 first-round picks still. They're taking Kenny Pickett to dinner. They're talking about Russell Wilson. What the hell's going on here? And everything was calm. Howie Vision was calm, cool, and just relaxed. Look, I might look like Denzel Washington, but I was nervous as hell because I didn't know what they were going to do. And then the draft came, and they took care of it. And they've pretty much done everything I could have asked them to do and more, And the question now is where do you go from here? Because we feel like the season could begin tomorrow. We're ready. But there's still time. There's still moves to be made. There's still going to be June 1st cuts. There's still the possibility that certain guys could get traded. You get a guy in a situation where, let's say he's franchise tagged. And we've seen this happen before. And the team franchises him, and they're not going to work a long-term deal out with him, and he doesn't want to be franchised. Sometimes teams just move on and they trade him. And we may be looking at a situation that could come up with safety Jessie Bates of the Cincinnati Bengals. Now look, this kid's a hell of a player. 6'1", 200 pounds, 25 years old, just turned 25 in February. 67 solo tackles, 1 interception. And to me, this is a hell of a player. I think he's going to make $13 million under a franchise tag. But here's the thing. Sounds like he's not going to work in a long-term extension out with Cincinnati. So it sounds like he's only going to play there for maybe 1 more year. And we even have other rumors and reports today that he may not even play under the franchise tag. He may refuse. So it looks like there's a scenario where you never know. This dude could get possibly traded. Question is if Jessie Bates is going to be shopped and possibly traded, would Howie Roseman be ready to pounce on this and take advantage of this situation as well? That's the question. You guys know, we all know that the Eagles have a gaping hole at safety and at corner. And I think the Eagles have room for one more move. One more move. Which is it going to be? Corner or safety? Now, I'm going to tell you straight up. I would go for a cornerback. I would not trade for Jessie Bates. I would not make a move for a safety. My move would be for a corner. I would try to go and get James Bradbury. And I'll discuss it why in a minute. But when it comes to Jessie Bates possibly being traded, you have to wonder if the Eagles would show some interest, okay? You have to wonder. Cincinnati's.com, Kelsey Conway reported that it's unlikely Bates will play in Cincinnati after this year. If he remains on the franchise tag past July 15th, the final day the two parties have to come to terms on a multi-year deal. So he has until the 15th to come away with the deal. If not, it looks like he's done, okay? And the reason why I bring up the Eagles and Howie Roseman, because this is not a trade that I personally really would want to do. Although, I mean, the guy's a hell of a player. But I like I said, I would prefer a corner in this situation. But I want to talk about this anyways because Alex K of Bleacher Report proposed that the Bengals should trade Bates and said the Eagles would be the team to send him to. Kay mentioned that Cincinnati, and here was the hypothetical trade, Cincinnati would receive a 2023 second-round pick for Jessie Bates. So you're telling me the Eagles only have to give up a second-round pick for basically an all-pro safety as far as I'm concerned. I think that would be a great deal for the Eagles, and I don't understand why Cincinnati would want to do that. I think that would be a big mistake by Cincinnati. I mean, I don't know if they still need left tackle, but I could see a situation where you get like Bates for like Andre Dillard or something like that. That would make more sense to me than a second round pick, at least in terms of Cincinnati's what Cincinnati wants. But in my opinion, I look at it like this. I think the Eagles have one move to make. One big move to make, okay? And you're going to have the June 1st cuts come, and we'll see who shakes loose or who could be on the move or whatever. But to me, I either have to get a safety or I have to get a cornerback. If I get a safety, then I got a giant hole at corner, and I don't know which young guy I can say I believe will step up, okay? But if I go and I get a cornerback like a James Bradbury, I got to tell you, I think Marcus Epps can play. And I think if you give him the opportunity to go out there and play, I think the kid could do it. I definitely do. I trust Marcus Epps more at safety than I trust any of the young corners on the team. Marcus Epps showed some upside last year, and that's why I think going out and trying to get Jessie Bates or one of these other safeties to me doesn't make sense. Sure, they might have been in on the Honey Badger, maybe for leadership reasons, maybe for financial reasons, but I think that if it was up to me, I'd sit there and I'd go out and I'd try to sign James Bradbury. I don't have to give up anything in a trade to do it. I go out, I sign him, I bring him in. Let's say he costs you $10 million a year, okay? So bring him in for a year. If you were to trade for a guy like Jessie Bates, it would cost you $13 million just on his franchise tag. Then he wants a new contract. See, I would go the way of staying with the safeties I have for one more year and upgrading the corner. If you can't get Bradbury, I mean, maybe you want to look at Joe Hayden, maybe Xavier Rhodes. Rhodes played with Jonathan Gannon. He may feel comfortable with him, although I don't feel comfortable with Rhodes. But he's better than nothing, right? But if you go out and get a James Bradbury, you roll with Marcus Epps, because Marcus Epps, like I said, he showed ability. 39 solo tackles, 6 foot, 198 pounds. He just turned 26 years old in January. He had an interception last year, and he's gotten better each year. Each year, Marcus Epps has gotten better. So if it's up to me, I think the Eagles definitely should go out there and sign themselves a corner, and then leave the safeties to the draft, leave it to down the road, and then give this kid Marcus Epps a chance. You're not going to go out and have every position be filled in 1 year. Most teams don't have every position where there's no holes. You're always going to have some hole here or there, or some young guy trying to make a name for himself. It's going to happen. And that's okay. To me, if you can solidify the second corner position and you go with Marcus Epps next year, I think that's a good way to go. I think Marcus Epps can play. I think at the very least he can be competent bridge safety for at least 1 year. At the worst, that would be the worst, really, a bridge safety for 1 year. At the best, he could become a starter. So I don't think you have anything to lose with him. Some people say, don't sleep on Kevon Wallace. He's still there, but he's got to show me he can stay healthy. He hasn't been on the field enough for me to say, oh, he's totally bad, he stinks, or he's got some upside. He's been non-existent. So to me, I know that there's some rumors about Jessie Bates and stuff going on, but Marcus Epps is the guy you got to go out. You got to go with at the safety position next year. So with that said, go out and get James Bradbury. Go out and get yourself a corner to go opposite side of Darius Slay. And I think the Eagles will be ready to roll. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. With that said, take care. Talk to you later. Of course, don't be a dingbat. It's how we vision. We're all just living in it. So in my last video, I was telling everybody about, my cat having kittens, and I said I was going to leave some pictures for you guys to see, and I totally forgot to put the pictures in the video. So I wanted to put them here at the end of this video, so you guys who wanted to see it get a chance to see it. It's going to be interesting watching these cats grow up over the next few months. I'll send you pictures and keep you guys who want to know, I'll keep you updated, no doubt about it. But my kids have been excited about it. It's been fun. And then, they're little small kittens. They're cute. They're like the size of mouse right now. It's kind of funny. But with that, here are the pictures. Denzel Washington out.
They might just
know the Jones. You're back. Gonna do nothing.
Sorry, I'm sucking on the end of the swing.
I really think they're going after
Disgusting.
Gregory and keep him in house.